Good day, good evening, good morning, depending on where you're at in the universe. We're going to be continuing on our daily reading of the book of Psalms. We are going through the entire chapter, the whole book. And we're going to be reading that one today. We are reading chapter 18 of our book of Psalms. And I got a slightly different book here that we're going to be reading out of. All right, chapter 18. I love you, Lord, with my strength. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, my deliverer, my God, my rock, where I seek refuge, my shield, and the horn of my salvation, my stronghold. I call to the Lord, who is worthy of praise, and I was saved from my enemies. The ropes of death were wrapped around me. The tolerant and the destruction terrified me. The ropes of soul entangled me. The snares of death confronted me. I called to the Lord my distress, and I cried to the Lord for help. From his temple he heard my voice, and my cry to him reached his ears. When the earth shook and quaked, and the foundations of the mountains trembled, they shook because he burned them with anger. Smoke arose from his nostrils, and consumed fire came from his mouth. Coals were set ablazing by it. He bent his heaven and came down. Total darkness beneath his feet. He rode on the curbs and flew, snarled on the wings of wind. He made darkness his hiding place. Dark storms, clouds company around him. They, from the residence of his presence, his clouds swept onward with hail and a blazing coal. The thunder of heaven and the Most High of his voice heard. He shot his arrows and scattered them. He hurled light bolts and ridiculed them. The depths of the sea became visible, and the foundations of the world were exposed. At your rebuke, Lord, and the beast of the breath of your nostrils, he reached down from the high and took hold of me, and pulled me out of the deep water, and rescued me from my powerful enemies, and from these who hated me, and for they were too strong for me. They confronted me in the day and the in my chimney. But the Lord was my support. He brought me out of the suspicious place, and he rescued me from the diligent. He rescued me because he delighted in me. The Lord reached the Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness. He repaid me for according to the cleanliness of my hands. For I have kept the way of the Lord, and have not turned from God the wickedness. Indeed, I let all ordinance guide me, and and have not discarded his assault. I was blamelessness towards him, and kept myself from iniquity, and so the Lord repaid me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanliness of my hands in his sight. With the faithful you with the faithful you provide yourself faithful with blemish. You provide yourself blemish with the pure to provide yourself pure, but with the cooked you provide yourself snarled. For you rescued an oppressed people, but you humbled those who humbly eyes, Lord. You light my lamp, my God, illumines my darkness. With you I can attack barricades, and with my God I can leap over walls. God, his ways is perfect. The the word of the Lord is pure. He shields to all that refuged in him. For who God, for who is God besides the Lord, and who is a rock? Only our God. God, he clothed me with strength and make me in a way perfect. He makes my feet like the feet of a deer, and sets me security of the highlights. He trends my he trains my hands for war. My arms can bend like a bronze, and you have given me a shield of your salvation. Your right hand upholds me, and your humility exalts me. You make a spacious place beneath me for my steps, and my ankles do not give away. I peer my I peer my enemies and overtake them. Do I do not turn back until they are wiped out. I crush them and they do not give up. They fall beneath my feet. You have clothed me with your strength for battle. You subdue my adventures. Breathe me. You have made my enemies retreat before me. I iniquity those who hate me. I no, they cry for help, but there is no one to save them. They cry to the Lord, but he does not hear. He does not answer them. I prevailed them like dust before the wind, and trampled them like mud in the street. You have freed me from my floods among the people. You have appointed me the head of nations, and the head of nations, a people I have not yet served me. Foreigners submit to me, crying, as soon as they hear, they obey me. Foreigners lose their heart and come trembling from the fornications. The Lord lives. Blessed be my rock. The God of my salvation exceeds God. He has granted me vigilance and subdues people under me. He frees me from my enemy. You exalted me above the avengers. You rescued me from the violent men. Therefore I will give thanks to you among the nations, Lord. I will sing praise about your name. He gave his great victories, and his kings show he shows loyal and appointed to David and his descendants forever. Well, that was the book of Psalms 18. It was 1 through 50. So that one was in the new um, book there that I was reading it out of. Anyway, like, subscribe, comment below. I love reading your comments. Anyway, peace. God bless you.